You I'll Be Following, recorded January 25th at Sunset Sound. That's Johnny Echols on the lead guitar, Brian backing him up on the guitar, Kenny on bass with Snoopy on drums. You I'll Be Following goes where it has to on the album. It starts off side 2. The songs are getting redundant at this time, and the 12 string is starting to get a little overfamiliar. That jangly Byrds 12 string Rickenbacker. Love were savvy like that, though. The Beatles were playing Rickenbackers in Hard Day's Night, and so was Jim McGuinn of the Byrds. I personally like the song, but the songs on the album are all starting to sound the same. It's like Arthur knew only 8 chords on guitar, and he wrote all the songs on the album using those chords. Wait, that's what he did. In fact, when Michael Stewart learned that Arthur wrote the whole Love album despite only having known 8 chords on guitar, he decided to pick up the guitar and learn the Love album on guitar. The album remains his favorite Love album by the group. The story so far. Arthur is trying to score some dope at Johnny's, at Conca's, at Old Cisco and Frisco. What are friends for? But Arthur is having no luck. What will he do? Rhyme shoebox with icebox at the very least. If you listen on the last wall of the castle to the backing track to the track, you see it owes a huge debt to the Byrds, particularly that Rickenbacker riff. Love was paying very close attention to what Gene Clark was playing on the first Byrds album, and they took note of what was catchy and worked. Gene Clark's Feel a Whole Lot Better, say, and built on that. You I'll Be Following was originally cut by the Grassroots in 1964, and it sounds terrible. The backing vocals render it unlistenable. They're very badly recorded, totally out of key. The harmony is totally off. The Grassroots track You I'll Be Following came out in 2014 on a single, which also had the LAG's Stay Away, which is well worth owning just for the shot of Arthur in a wig with his bandmates while with Echols in a band at the time, perhaps called ALJE, or maybe the Grassroots by that time. This predates Brian's arrival, and Fleck is still in the group, years after he jammed with Echols and Conca and Jay Cantrelli on the Hollywood scene in 61, 62. Perhaps there's a live tape of them at the Sea Witch. Stay Away could be the group's first song. That was by Echols and Lee, although credited on the record solely to Lee, and that dates from 63, I believe. According to Conca, he heard the lyric as owe it to Conca, owe it to Johnny, because Arthur always owed so much weed to people. Although Conca was never formally sacked from the group as such, and indeed he's listed on the Elektra recording contract despite not having showed up, he made his choice of not going to the sessions for the first Love album did him in. He's more interested in scoring drugs than in being in the pop band. And this was a man who had his own following as a drummer, and even Michael looked up to him as a superior drummer.